Hey guys and gals, welcome back to the Phantom Cast and the Phantom Cast Quick Review Room. Today we're going to be going over the Peloton 240 from Kuiu. So in a layering video before, I talked about this jacket and trying to decide whether or not I was going to be replacing it or going back to the Under Armour jacket that I own. Quite honestly, I feel like I probably just had some biases because I was getting a little bit irked about some of my Kuiu stuff, trying to find issues that in my mind were there, but with this jacket they weren't there. So okay, that off the chest, what does this give you? What's been my experience with this jacket? It's been good overall. It's actually been pretty dang good. In the last 3 years I've been running this jacket, it blocks the wind well. Now I'm not going to say this guy is completely windproof, so if you have gale force winds or crazy winds that are cutting sideways across the mountain, it's not going to stop all of it, but it definitely is going to do a really good job blocking the wind, especially if you have a couple more layers either on top of it or underneath it. It's not going to cut through you like wind normally would. So it does do a good job with that. The weight does provide some good warmth. It's got some good felt, or not felt, polyester in there. It is brushed, and it does provide some extra warmth. I do like this jacket quite a bit. It's got the soft, it's not the hard shell, it's the soft shell, so it's not waterproof, it's water resistant, and it does do a good job at being water resistant. I've been in some pretty thick fog in this, like a really wet, dense fog, and the water was pretty much just beating up. I didn't let it beat up for too long before I put the rain jacket on to protect this, but before that, I mean, it was starting to beat up. I've been in some light rains in it. It beads up pretty well with the water resistant treatment. And as far as smell, I really haven't noticed any smell. So the treatment that they utilized on this jacket as well for smell has done a great job. I haven't washed this jacket. No, I take that back. I have washed it before. But overall, it's been good. It's holding together really well. I do have some frillies here and there where, it just gets grabbed on by tree branches, brush and all that, but that's expected to happen with a type of jacket like this. It's really been a good jacket. So the temperatures I would recommend this guy in, it's definitely too warm for, say, your 70-degree weather, 60 or even 50-degree weather if you're up and moving around. If you're sitting in glass in pretty fair 50, 40-degree weather, it's going to do a pretty decent job at keeping you warm. But if you're up and moving around in 40-degree or below, to I'd say about 15 to 20, and of course with other layers, if you have a good base layer on with, say, like another decent mid layer and then this over top, in the below freezing, it'll keep you warm. I'm not saying that you just wear this with like a t-shirt or something, you'll be warm in 5-degree weather. No, but it will do its job if you're layered underneath it correctly. I've been in sub 20-degree weather with this guy up and moving around and having a vest on underneath, and it's been warm. Just this last year in my high country muley hunt, the weather was anywhere from 25 to 35, and with that fog and this in conjunction with that Under Armour vest, it was super warm. It was super warm. I didn't need any other insulating layers on underneath it. It did a great job. So would I recommend this? Absolutely. I think I would recommend it. It is a good jacket. I think you would be happy if you buy it. Just understand that it's not insulated, so it's not going to keep you unrealistically warm in those colder temps unless you're moving around. The only downside, again, like most Kuiu stuff, is I'm still concerned with the lightweight zippers. I haven't had any issues with the main zipper, fortunately, but the side zippers here for the pockets, I'm still skeptical on when that's going to break, but I feel like this jacket has done a pretty dang good job. The zippers, I'll note, also are up a little bit higher. So like your belt line on your pack is down here for the most part. So they've raised these zippers up to give you access to that in between your vinyl harness and your belt on your pack. So I feel like that's become a standard now with most companies, but they're there. So I'm going to note it. Next, it does have some thumb holes here. So you can put your arm through, stick your thumb through there. Keeps what I've learned and what's good for that is it'll keep it up over your wrist, especially when you throw gloves on. Just keeps a good seal, keeps the cold out, keeps moisture out, all that stuff. The only downside when you do that and you're wearing a watch like I do, you have a hard time getting to the watch. The one thing I have noticed too is when you do move around, it does put a lot of pressure on the inside of my thumb, and it can cause some discomfort and soreness in my hands. But that might just be a fitment thing. That could also just be a me thing. I don't know. But it's been a good jacket. The hood works well, conforms to the head. When you're wearing a hat, it'll basically suck down onto the hat and does its job. So it's a good jacket. It's a good soft shell jacket. I do highly recommend it, even though some people say I hate on Kuiu all the time, but it is a really good jacket, and I do recommend it. So, alrighty, guys. Hope that's been helpful. I know this one was a little bit longer. I felt like this jacket deserved it, given the fact that I kind of bashed on it a little bit in a different layering video. But yeah, that being said, hope this has been helpful, and be smart, be safe, be wise, and happy hunting.